Good day, everyone. I'm Michael Erickson CEO, and this is Group Report of Group 2 for approved and proposed laws under gender and development. Republic Act 9710, or also known as the Magna Carta of Women, is a comprehensive women's human rights law that seeks to eliminate discrimination through recognition, protection, fulfillment, and promotion of the rights of the Filipino women, especially those belonging to the marginalized sectors of the society. It was signed on August 14, 2009 by former President Gloria Macapagal Arroyo. It is the local translation of the provisions of the Convention on the Elimination of All Forms of Discrimination Against Women, or CEDAW, particularly in defining gender discrimination, state obligation, substantive equality, and temporary special measures. It also recognizes human rights guaranteed by International Covenant on Economic, Social, and Cultural Rights, ICESER. Basically, it meant that any action that would be considered as a discrimination would be punishable by law, thus giving more women equal rights to men and giving them more opportunities that will help in their economic state.
These are some examples of those protected by Republic Act 9710, or better known as the Magna Carta of Women. First, the equitable access to education. Its purpose is to remove or eradicate gender stereotypes. Due to the Due to the increasing issue of teenage pregnancies, this law also seeks to outlaw discrimination against women who pursue education given the growing problem of pregnancies. Second, no discrimination in sports. Some of us believe that female athletes cannot compete on a level with male athletes, similar to how some people claim that basketball is a game best suited for boys. This is untrue. Women can also play with men when it comes to playing basketball. So that many women are not given the opportunity to play this way because of discrimination or gender stereotypes. Therefore, its goal is to end prejudice against women in the sports industry. Lastly, the protection against women. This law primary goal is defend women who are the targets of different forms of violence. They will strengthen the protection of women through this law, ensuring that there is neither more nor less of this kind of violence.
Good day, ma'am. Today's topic is about Republic Act number 11313, also known as the Safe Space Act or Bawal Bastos Law, was enacted in the Philippines to address various forms of gender-based sexual harassment in public space, workplace, educational institution, and online. Here are the key features and provision of the Act. First is scope and coverage. The law covers all forms of gender-based sexual harassment in street, public space, online workplace, and educational or training institution. Two, offense and penalties. Offenses are classified based on where they occur in public space, online workplace, and educational institution. 3. Public space. Unwanted remarks, persistent telling of sexual jokes, stalking, and any other gender-based harassment in public are penalized. 4. Online space, cyberstalking, invasion of privacy through recording without consent, uploading or sharing of media without consent, and online sexual harassment are covered. 5 is workplace. Employer are required to prevent and address gender-based sexual harassment in workplace. 6. Educational and training institution. School and training center must implement measures to prevent and respond to incident of sexual harassment. 4. Support and protection. Victims of gender-based sexual harassment are entitled to legal assistance and support.
An example of a law that is punishable by this law is the viral video of a man in a bus standing and taking out his private part on the woman sitting in front of him. It blew up around December of 2018. It is the man that has gone viral due to that incident. I blurred his face for privacy reasons. His actions on the video is considered as a sexual harassment and it could be in place if there is a child on the bus.
Hello, my name is Justin Revilla. Now, i-discuss natin ang Republic Act 7192, also known as Women in Development and Nation Building Act. Republic Act number 7192, also known as Women in Development and Nation Building Act, is a landmark in law in the Philippines that promotes the integration of women as a whole and equal partners of men in development and nation building. This act grants women equal rights and opportunities in various fields such as education, employment, health and social, and politics. It was enacted, no? It was enacted on February 12, and it is aimed and empowering women and ensuring their active participation in development and progress of the nation. So no, pinirmahan to ni Pangulong Corazon C. Aquino nung panahong February 12, 1992, no? Idinikleran sa batas na ang batas na ito ang pagiging equal ng mga babae sa mga lalaki, no? Ano nga ba 'yun, no? Ano nga ba ang pagiging equality ng ano? Kasi dati bawal 'yun. Dapat ka lang puro, di pwedeng gawin ng lalaki yung ginagawa ng babae. Yan. So ngayon, tiniklara yung batas dahil doon. Example na lang yun, kaya ng babae mag-drive, mag-construction, magbuhat, diba? Kaya nila yun. Yun yung mga example ng RA 7192 or yung which is niya yung yung Women Development and Nation Building Act. Yun lang.
Hi guys, I'm Kenjon Arcalades. The example of Republic Act 7192, Women in Development and Nation Building is married women will have equal rights in every contractual circumstances where married males are capable of acting. For example, wife approval is not required for married men to apply for passports, visas, or other travel papers. In this law, women will also have the same right as men to do what they want. It could be for business travels or just leisure time. So, this example is important to the girls dahil magagawa nila ang mga gusto nilang gawin na hindi na nila kinakailangan magpaalam. That's all. Thank you.
Hello everyone, I'm Sarah J. A. Anyana. Today I will be discussing Republic Act 6725, also known as Prohibition on Discrimination Against Women Act, and its connection to gender development in the Philippines. RA 6725 prohibits discrimination with respect to terms and conditions of employment solely on the basis of sex. Under this law, any employer who favors a male employee over a female in terms of promotion, training opportunities, and other benefits solely on account of their sex is considered to be engaging in unlawful discrimination. This law is a significant step toward achieving gender equality in the workplace by ensuring that women have the same rights and opportunities as men. RA 6725 contribute to the overall gender development in the Philippines. It empowers women to pursue their career aspiration without facing unfair barriers or biases based on their gender. Through the implementation of this law, we can create a more inclusive and equitable work environment where individuals are evaluated and rewarded based on their skills, qualification, and merit rather than their gender. This, in turn, can lead to greater participation and representation of women in various industries and leadership positions, ultimately contributing to the overall gender development in the country.
Thank you, Ms. Sarah. This is an example of Republic Act 6725, the Prohibition and Discrimination Against Women. Republic Act 6725, also known as the Prohibition and Discrimination Against Women, with respect to the terms and conditions of employment enacted in the Philippines to ensure gender equality in the workplace. Example, Maria and Juan both apply for managerial position at a company. They have a similar qualification, experience levels, however the company decided to offer the position to Juan over Maria because when Maria inquires about the reason, she informed the decision was made because Juan as a man is perceived to have a better leadership qualities and is likely to take extend a leave for a family reason. Why it is prohibited? Equal opportunity. The law mandates the employee opportunity and performance, not gender, by choosing one over Maria for reason related to gender in the company is engaging discrimination practices and legal implications. The company called face legal consequence for the violating Republic Act 6725. Maria could file the complainant with appropriate a labor authorities leading to potential penalties for employer and corrective measure to address the discrimination. This act aims to promote gender equality in employment by ensuring that women have the same opportunity as men, are not subject to bias treatment based on their gender.
Republic Act Number 7877 is a crucial legal framework in the Philippines that addresses the pervasive issue of sexual harassment. It underscores the importance of protecting individuals from sexual harassment and ensuring the workplace and educational institutions are safe and respectful environments for all. Act Number 7877, known as the Anti-Sexual Harassment Act of 1995, is a significant piece of legislation in the Philippines aimed at addressing and preventing sexual harassment in the workplace, educational institutions, and training environments. This law defines sexual harassment, establishes mechanism for reporting and addressing complaints, and prescribe penalties for violators. The law defines sexual harassment as an act involving unwelcome sexual advances, requests for sexual favors, or other verbal or physical conduct of sexual nature. Such conduct must occur in a work, education, or training-related environment where a person has authority, influence, or moral ascendancy over another.
An example of violation of Republic Act 7877 could be a supervisor making unwelcome sexual advances toward a subordinate in exchange for a promotion of favorable treatment in the workplace. This would constitute sexual harassment under the Act.
Republic Act Number 8505, also known as the Victim Assistance and Protection Act of 1998, was enacted to provide comprehensive support and protection for rape victims across the Philippines. Under this law, law enforcement officer, healthcare provider, and other relevant personnel are required to undergo sensitive training to ensure that they handle rape cases with the utmost professionalism. The Rape Victim Assistance and Protection Act underscore the importance of supportive legal and social environment for rape victims. reflecting the nation's commitment to justice and human rights. The comprehensive framework provided by RA 8505 not only address the immediate need of rape victim but also offer long-term support service including temporary shelter. That's all.
Rape Victims Assistance and Protection Act of 1998, an act providing an assistance and protection for rape victims, establishing for the purposes a rape crisis center in every province and cities, authorization and appropriation of funds, therefore, and for other purposes. For example, female was raped by an older brother, she can sue her older brother by using the Rape Victims Assistance and Protection Act of 1998.